So it was a huge week for video game releases, especially if you're a Switch fan. And there's actually one game that no one's talking about, so we're definitely going over that today. And also, as you can see in the video title, I get some awesome world premiere hands-on gameplay with the new Pokemon game. Let's check it out. So first, we gotta talk about the EA Play event. There's all sorts of announcements. They showed a great amount of the new Star Wars. It looks fantastic. Also, it's announced that that game is coming in at $40, which is pretty sweet. They said that there aren't going to be any microtransactions, although there are a lot of cosmetics and things. It looks like you unlock those through gameplay. But another huge announcement they said is Apex Legends is coming to the Switch this fall. That's going to be the first of many Switch reveals we're going to be talking about in this video. But yeah, it's coming this fall, so that's really awesome if you're an Apex fan. I know I personally love the controls in that game. I'm kind of burnt out on Battle Royales, but if there was one that I was going to play, it's definitely that one. Another big announcement they made, though, is they are finally making a new skate game. I know for a lot of people, that's a big deal. I stopped really playing skateboarding games personally, probably like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, but I've always heard great things about the Skate franchise, especially Skate 3. So I'm excited that they're finally kind of listening to their fans and getting it rolling. But, what do you guys think about the EA Play event? It was pretty cool. I think they had a lot more like just extra talking than they needed, but that's just me personally. They did announce a lot of stuff, and they also really kind of announced, hey, a lot of stuff is coming up for the new console. So I think next year is definitely going to be much bigger. But what do y'all think? Are you excited for this new Star Wars game, or maybe even the new Skate? So another game that is like so awesome, oh my god, this hyped me up so much. There is a Metabots Collection coming out for the Nintendo Switch. They're gonna have two versions. One of them is basically based on Metabee, and one of them is based on Rakushio, if you ever watched the anime back when you were in elementary school like me. But it is so cool. Here in America, we actually only got the first Game Boy Advance game, but in Japan, this collection is going to have all 5 Game Boy Color games, the first and second Game Boy Advance games. Now, it's going to be purchased several different ways. It's kind of done like Pokemon, where they have both versions, like I said earlier, but you can either buy each version separate, or you can buy a box set that has both versions and physical CD soundtracks. It looks amazing. It's really cool. The only downside is I fear that this is one of those games that may fall prey to too much text, and there being that much text that is untranslated may make it hard to play. I have not had any experience with the Game Boy Color games. Even, I know nowadays you can get translations and stuff online, but I typically don't play with emulators. But looking at the footage, it looks kind of like maybe like a Pokemon style game, or Biomotor Ultron on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, if you've ever played that. It's pretty exciting. I did like that they had the Game Boy Advance games in there as well, because like I said, that's the only one we got here in America, and it's really cool. But so what do you guys think? I'm actually kind of on the fence on this one. I'm a huge fan of the series, so there's a part of me that really wants to import that set. On the other hand, I just don't know if it'll be very accessible to English speakers. But did you ever play Metabots? Are you a fan? And is this something that interests you? Why don't you let me know in the old comments below. So obviously everyone is pumped about the big Pokemon announcement, and I want to let you guys know I actually got to play the game that everyone's talking about. I got to play it. I have some hands-on footage. I'm just not even going to talk anymore. Let's just go ahead and show you this awesome gameplay footage right now. That's right, if you aren't playing Pokemon Smile, just get right out. This is the hottest game on the marketplace to date. Pokemon has blown it out of the park. We're talking brushing your teeth. We're talking catching Pokemon. We're talking made for 1.5 to 2 year olds, likely. Anyway, that's one of the games they announced. They've announced several games coming out kind of around the Pokemon franchise, and specifically geared towards mobile. They have that game, of course, Pokemon Smile, which is really not much of a game as much as a toothbrushing aid for parents with very young kids. It's very cool, and they really made a big point to say there are no microtransactions. This is purely just like a tool for parents to use for their kids to get them pumped about brushing their teeth. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not something I'm obviously gonna use, but it's really cute. It's a really cute thing, and I'm really kind of glad they did that. Although there is another game that they are coming out with, another mobile game that will have microtransactions called Pokemon Cafe. And that's kind of like a puzzle game. Think of like the Disney Emoji Blitz kind of thing where you're connecting a bunch of stuff. And in this game, as you get points or what have you, you expand your cafe, get new employees, get new this, get new that. Kind of that classic gotcha style mobile game gameplay loop where you're going to keep doing this to get that, and then you probably have some kind of timer or you know, an in-game clock where it's, you know, you can keep playing if you pay a little bit of money, or you can wait, so it's, you know, free to start. But those two announcements aren't even the big deal. The big deal was, and I mean everyone and their mom is talking about this, me included, a new Pokemon Snap game. Holy crap. So I got a lot to say about this Pokemon Snap. First off, Pokemon Snap is one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games. It's really cool because you can sit down with a couple friends and like beat it in like an hour and a half. It's just a fun little game like that. But this game, new Pokemon Snap, looks beautiful. And the funny thing is, it's not even made by the people who made like Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it looks way like years better than Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's kind of putting them in their place a little bit, but this is a game that people have been wanting to come back for so long. I mean, back in the Wii U days, people were like, look, the Wii U would be perfect for Pokemon Snap. You have a tablet, you can look around, take pictures. It really didn't make sense that they didn't make one. Then the Switch came out, and you had the same exact arguments being made. So now that they're finally doing it, there's no release date or anything, but man, if it were to come out this year, that would be amazing. The only hiccup I kind of personally have, and it's not even really a hiccup, it's actually going to be quite cool, maybe, is I don't know a lot of these Pokemon. You know, I'm old school. I played the original ones, and then I did play Sword and Shield, so I'm learning about some of them. So I'm going to be really interested to see what's going on in this game. You know, in the original Pokemon, you'd kind of, Pokemon Snap that is, you'd make obvious choices like, you know, lure a fire type to the lava and it would evolve. You know, so in this one, with all these new Pokemon that I know nothing about, it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of cool stuff comes of it. But hey, what do you guys think? Are you, like, pumped that there's finally a Pokemon Snap coming out? Because, like, oof, I think a lot of people have really been waiting for this. The last thing I want to talk about is also Pokemon Direct related. At the end of the Pokemon Direct, they announced another Pokemon Direct next week. Now, a lot of people are going wild with speculation. What are they going to make? One of the big rumors right now is the Pokemon Let's Go franchise, how they did Eevee and Pikachu basically representing yellow. Possibly a new Let's Go series representing the next generation, being gold and silver. There's all sorts of stuff. A lot of people are really clamoring for remakes of other generation games, full-on remakes. So who knows what's going to happen? But we'll definitely check it out, and it'll definitely be in the news video next week. But, you know, this kind of stuff interests me, so down in the comments below, kind of put your predictions. Like, what do you think is going to come Pokemon-related next week? Is it going to be more DLC announcements, or maybe even like a full-on game? So if you watched my video a few weeks ago, I did a Ring Fit video talking about exercising and losing weight. So far, as of right now, I'm actually down almost 22 pounds. It's been like a month and a week. But that's going to bring me to my question for you guys today. Like I said, every news video, I love throwing you guys a question. I'm actually coming up on a cheat meal soon. So, like, what's your cheat meal? I mean, I want to get some good recommendations from you guys. What is like a good, just monstrous cheat meal? My next targeted cheat meal is actually going to be 4th of July weekend. And so far for me, the front runner is going to the Iron Rooster and getting chicken and French toast and one of their homemade Roost tarts. It's like a Pop-Tart that's homemade. It's like this big. That's what I'm thinking. But you guys drop what you guys do for your cheat meal or just your nasty, crazy meal that's like, this is the comfort food, because I need some good ideas. That's going to do it for us today, guys. Thanks again for stopping in, as always. Please comment on any of the stuff I talked about today, be it, the new Metabots game coming, or all this crazy Pokemon madness. And as always, please like and subscribe if you haven't, and hey, take it easy.